One, to the Symmes Township September meeting, 1 week later than normal. But I'm Phil Beck, trustee, president of the board, Jody Lease,
Hello.
vice president, Ken Bryant, trustee. We have Mike Brooks from Loveland Symmes Fire Department, Lieutenant Mike Tarr from the sheriff, Kim Lepensi, our administrator, Jeff Forbes, our law director. Please stand for Pledge of Allegiance, followed by an invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Dear God, thank you for a great summer and the beginning of a wonderful fall. We look forward to lots of activities in Symmes Township this fall. We ask you to please continue watching over our administration, our Public Works Department, our safety services, including fire and sheriff, and continue to watch over the men and women who protect us around the world in our military. God bless Symmes Township. Amen.
Amen.
Kim, you going to do roll call?
Mr. Beck?
Here.
Ms. Lease?
Here.
Mr. Bryant?
Here.
Thank you. I move approval of the agenda.
Second.
I'd like to insert one item, please. Under presentations, we'll have a initial presentation by Mike Brooks with the Loveland Symmes Fire Department.
Second.
And roll call, please.
Mr. Beck?
Aye.
Ms. Lease?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
I move approval of the minutes, regular meeting minutes, August 1, 2023.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Mr. Beck?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Ms. Lease?
Aye.
And Kim, would you please read off the fiscal officer's report? I should mention that Joe Grossi, our fiscal officer, is excused this evening. He's on vacation, well-deserved, well-earned vacation. So, Kim, take it away. Thank you.
Okay. The fiscal officer's report for September is in our checking account. We have $6,603,350.62. In our HRA account, we have $16,835.93. In our meter investment account, as far as the end of August, we have $8,324,460.34. Our revenue to date is $6,070,092.05, which is 50%. Our revenue budgeted is $11,951,159.86. The appropriations for 2023 is $16,101,617.29. Expenditures to date, $7,116,350.75. Payments made in August are $729,846.76. Under major fund balances, the general fund, we have $2,647,859.79. In the regular park levy, we have $328,581.59. In the Rossi Park levy, we have $439,440.50. Under the police levy, we have $932,703.80. Under the fire levy, we have $488,214.82. Under the road levy, we have $555,477.91. Under the safety services levy, we have $3,249,261.46. Under the ARP fund, we have $813,442.86. Under the TIF fund, we have $2,821,226.46. Grand total of all funds is $14,505,044.04.
Anything else, Kim?
No, sir.
I move approval of the fiscal officer's report.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Beck?
Aye.
Ms. Lease?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
We move into presentations. We're going to start with Loveland Symmes Fire Department Deputy Chief Mike Brooks.
role tonight. I'm here representing the local Symmes Firefighters Association. We have a rich history of giving back to the communities. So we'd like to donate this check to the Symmes Township residents and to the Symmes Township trustees for some new playground equipment for the new for the renovation over at Seven Gables Park. So we have a check here for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We were
really
just
appreciate it.
at Seven Gables, and they're getting ready for our opening on Thursday from 5 to 7. We're very excited. It looks absolutely fantastic. This is phase 1 of 2 phases. We were hoping to get phase 2 in by fall, but since phase 1 was so delayed, we probably won't get phase 2 till springtime, hopefully. Springtime.
crossed.
So I just want to remind everyone to come because it is absolutely beautiful. So thank you,
And it's themed Simmsville.
Simmsville.
So if I'm not mistaken, we'll have, as part of the community, the full build out, we'll have a little fire department.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fire
Yes.
department, sheriff's department, post
Yes.
office, hopefully a library, a big, huge play set to play on.
Yeah, have to keep the fire alarm going over there. and
That's
playing
right,
around
man.
church.
Great. That's very much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. And thanks to your group.
Great. The next presentation, Loveland Schools, Rich Bryant, Athletic Director.
Good evening, trustees.
Good
My name is
evening.
Richard Bryant, and I am the athletic director for the Loveland City School District. And while I have only been in Loveland I'm finishing up just about my first 14 months on the job, I have been in interscholastic athletics for the last 17 years. While I was at Lakota East, in that time I had a very beneficial and mutually agreed upon relationship with the Metro Parks. Over there, we were able to partner as a school system and a park to put on everything from a color run to large-scale OHSAA to national level cross-country events. Got to meet with Kim, I guess that was probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, and just really just wanted to close the gap between the school system and the trustees, Symmes Township as a whole, and make sure that we're on the same page. I want to make all of anything that I have available to you, whether that is assisting with road races, whether that is assisting with, I know we're coming up on some large scale celebrations. I've done event management for 17 years. I could not say more about how happy we are to be able to use Home of the Brave to run our cross-country meets.
Right.
We're looking to expand on those and bring even more traffic into Symmes so that it benefits everybody. We had a large-scale cross-country invitational of all ages, junior high all the way through high school, I guess 2 weekends ago, and it was a huge success. So I just wanted to get in front of you, introduce myself. If there's anything I can ever do for you as far as event management, if I can help Kim in any way, I just want to extend myself and the school system as a partner.
We're very happy with the cross-country using the parks. That area over there off of Lebanon Road, all 3 parks are connected.
Yes.
So I'm not sure, I think you do run at least 2 of them,
2 of
right?
them, yep.
Mead and Home of the Brave. I don't know if you ever incorporated Symmes Park into it.
We have not.
No.
We have not. Yeah, we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see.
You guys do a great job.
Yeah, Jim Dahlmeyer, who was not unable to be here tonight, he's on a well-earned vacation, created the cross-country course that's at Home of the Brave, and has currently just kind of rejoined our team. We had some changes internally. He's rejoined our team, and he would like to see that semi-permanent, too strong of a word, but he would like to see the cross-country course get more use by the community because it's an incredible track to run on.
So when is your next cross-country invitational at the parks?
October 19th.
19th.
October
Okay.
19th, and that's going to bring people from all over Southwest Ohio, a lot of teams, but small numbers on those teams, to welcome them to Loveland, which we think we put on one heck of a show. But we wanted to show our appreciation for allowing us to use the space, because it is second to none.
And I know you do charge admission for the meet itself.
Correct.
Could you remind me, how do you separate if residents want to come just to use the park?
Yes, it is
They
always a
just
challenge.
Tell
yes.
the gatekeeper, or?
Well, that's what we'll do. We won't charge anybody in a car. We don't charge. The mistake that's often made is you stop every car and you charge that. Like, we're going to make this a very individualized. I'm going to coach up all of our parents who volunteer. We'll have probably between 50 to 60, maybe even 70 volunteers at night. If you're coming to cross country, we would ask that you pay an entry fee because it's a fundraiser for the cross country and running programs at Loveland High School. If anybody points out to us, hey, we're going to A, B, C, or D, please be on your way, enjoy the race while you're here. Very accommodating. There will be a very straightforward expectation. We're not there to make any enemies. We appreciate using the park, and we'll make sure that everybody who has contact with the public understands that.
Great.
And I'll be available via walkie-talkie and cell phone to deal with anything that might go sideways. But I
Great.
don't expect it to.
I have not heard of any issues in the past, so I just wanted to make sure.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Excellent.
And you always done a nice job cleaning up afterwards. The park is immaculate after you leave.
It is, our parents, the Dahlmeyer family, our parents, our coaches, our kids, you know, they spent a couple weeks setting it up. We ran about 1,600 kids that day. And then by 5 o'clock, you couldn't find a tissue anywhere on the property.
So here's my question.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you going to be running through Mead on October 19th? Do you know if the course goes through Mead? We do a haunted trail
Okay.
through there, so you might be able to enjoy the haunted trail as
I
you
can
run.
jump out and scare some high school kids. You know,
Yeah,
why not,
so
right?
you know, you'll see a lot of fun little ghosts and goblins.
You're
That's
good at
okay.
swinging on vines, right?
Absolutely. Well, back in the day I could. I might get hurt now.
Okay.
Great.
Nice to
Thank
meet
you.
you.
It was
Thank
Yes,
nice
thank
meeting
you so
you.
much for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rich.
All right, that concludes presentations. We do not have public hearings this evening. I move approval of disbursements warrants 83206 to 83453 and vouchers 417 to 488, totaling $729,846.76.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Beck?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Ms. Lees?
Aye.
Reports, Law Director.
Thank you. I was going to say really nothing to report, but I know we have a visitor tonight, and I'm going to beat her to the punch before she asks the question. But I can give everyone an update on the the property acquisition case that has been ongoing for the tiny little slivers of property down in Camp Dennison. It continues to be a difficult, complicated matter, even though it seems like it should be as simple as can be. We're continuing to work with the state of Ohio, providing them all the information that we have about the property so they can decide if they even think they have an interest in the property or not. So far, I can't get them to give us an answer whether they think they have any ownership interest or not. But they pop up in our title exam, so we're required to deal with that. The other issue that we've had is one of the other owners that pops up in the title exam is a company from Pennsylvania that has been defunct for a number of years. And now we have just found out that what actually happened is that they merged with another company, and that other company would be a successor in interest if they had any interest. But that company is also defunct. So what that means is we will have to file an amended complaint to swap out the defunct Pennsylvania companies. And also, depending on how things are resolved with the state of Ohio, if the state of Ohio ultimately says they have no interest in this, then they won't need to be a party to the case anymore either. So what we've done, actually, this will sound the opposite of what I'm about to say. To be more efficient, to get this resolved without bothering the court, without having unneeded court dates, we've actually dismissed the pending lawsuit, and then we will refile it once we know whether the state has to be in it, and now that we know who the appropriate defunct Pennsylvania company is. That way we just won't have the issue of, either way we would have to file an amended complaint. So instead of filing an amended complaint in the existing case, we've just dismissed it. We're going to try to work out what we can with the state of Ohio. And then when we refile the case, the state of Ohio may not be involved at all. And if not, there are no other parties that have any claim to it. So it should go relatively quickly after that.
Okay.
So that simple little wedge of property
Not so
Is
simple.
it-
Not as simple as we thought.
Is it
We're
worth
working on it.
driving to Columbus to talk to folks? I mean, would that speed
No,
up
I
the
actually
process?
have, there is somebody in the Attorney General's office who is handling the case for them. It's just, the department is I think I mentioned this before, it's the Adjutant General's office of the state of Ohio. And they're not used to this kind of thing. They don't typically own property or are familiar with being on the title of property, so it's just a matter of educating them. And the person that I'm working with, the Assistant Attorney General, he's been very responsive. It's just a matter of trying to get this resolved with his supervisors.
Okay. Okay.
And
Appreciate the update.
and that's all I have to report on that matter, and actually that would conclude my report for tonight.
Thank you.
Okay. Before I go to police, Rick, just so you know, you don't have to stay if you don't want to. You're welcome.
It's a very long,
He
boring.
was fascinated by that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I wouldn't
If you
stay.
have phone calls to make,
Yeah,
you're not going to hurt our feelings.
That's right.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Jeff.
Yep.
Moving on to Lieutenant Tar, police.
I don't have anything tonight unless there are any questions from you guys.
Everything going okay?
Seems to be.
Good.
We've got some new people out. You might see some new faces. We've got some officers in training riding around. So if you see two guys in a car, one of them's new. So he may not know his way around the township yet, but we're teaching him.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. Fire.
I have nothing more to add.
Okay. Thank you, Mike. Kim, anything from Director of Public Works?
On our paving program, I just wanted to let everyone know that it was delayed another week, so it will not begin until the week of September 18th.
Okay. And the duration's still about the same?
Yeah,
Month or
about a
less?
week. About a week.
Okay. Good. Thank you. Any committees? Anything under other? Nope. All right. We move to hearing from residents. Any township kudos? I just thought I'd say that. Concerns, issues? Now's your chance to come to the microphone. State your name, address, and your...
Hello.
Hi, Barbara.
Barbara Wilson, 7906 Clement Street, Camp Dennison, Ohio. So thank you for giving me all the information. A couple things I just wanted to bring up and again say thank you for is the ODNR are going to spotlight Camp Dennison. We were actually supposed to be already interviewed because of the work that's been done down there with the benches and the flowers and all the community members pitching in and trying to make Camp Dennison a little prettier. So I just wanted to let you know that. We were supposed to have already been interviewed, and because of some health issues that had come up with one of the people who were going to be interviewed, it was delayed. So I just, we were pretty excited to hear that, so they hunted us down. The other thing is along with the Cannon area, I guess I was wondering also if, and it was brought up and questioned about Waldschmidt Home being contacted for the centennial. So, and just wanting again to, I'll just say this, I'll add this in, and I know we just to try to get, just following up as far as how that wedge is playing out, and it would be wonderful to have that done for the anniversary.
Yes,
So,
definitely. That's an important part.
So the first question was, have you been given the contact information as far as getting hold of the Waldschmidt home and Civil War reenactment or some of the other things?
Yeah, we've already contacted the Daughters of the American Revolution.
Okay, because at the Civic League, nobody seemed to know. So we were just trying to follow up, and there were some people who had wanted to volunteer too.
Okay,
So-
good.
Okay, so that's pretty much it.
Congratulations on the recognition from
Yeah.
ODNR, and it does look beautiful.
It
Well,
does.
I mean, Bill has helped out so much in getting mulch down there. So many community people. There was probably at least 10 to 12 people who have been helping on an ongoing regular basis, so
And people use that area
all the time.
all the time.
And it's not one, I mean, we're out there working and people are constantly stopping and saying, who did this? How did they do this, et cetera? Would like to do this in our community. The compliments are nonstop. So we would look forward to having some other projects done down there also. I know our main thrust has been the Cannon area, but we are open to other things, so. Okay, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Barbara.
So Operation Santa, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So you want us to sponsor the Santa costume?
Yes,
And-
please.
Or you don't want us to come down on the fire truck? You want to do your own thing like you did last year?
We would love to have the fire truck this year.
Oh, you would prefer that instead of what you did last year?
Yes. We
Can we
will,
add that to our list?
Wasn't it still
We-
on?
No, we took it
No,
off.
we took it off because the last
Because they weren't
time,
getting anybody.
yeah, the last couple times, we didn't really have that many kids. It was like
Okay.
maybe 2 or 3 kids.
yeah, and we have, the last count last year was 15 children. So 15 to 20 children actually, and then there were some kids that we missed when Santa came out just because of some things that had happened. So we went back to the home the following day and gave little bags of the candies to the kids, and the people were just thrilled. So they're looking forward to doing the luminary again this year, and we're probably going to keep it the same as what it was last year and not expand, you know, what we're doing. We want to do some caroling, which will happen. They could meet at the community center afterwards. We have music, violinist. We have some kids who are extremely talented whose grandparents are involved in the Blue Ash Symphony. So we're talking some pretty talented kids. So it's been a really good, we've had great response to it, so.
Okay.
That's exciting.
We'll talk to Luann and we'll see if we can get you in one of the routes.
Okay, that would be great.
Our newsletter's coming out, so I don't know if it'll make the newsletter,
No, we've already got it printed.
That's okay.
Sorry.
but we can add it. I think we can
On our
add it.
website, yeah.
Yeah, and we'll pass out flyers. Flyers will go out in October for the fall festival that they do down there, which happens every year.
What date's the fall festival?
It's the same day
Six.
as we celebrate Halloween here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's on Halloween.
So they have a bonfire,
Right.
trick or
And the
treating.
kids walk around them. Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We've been there to those.
yeah.
And then you also said that you also wanted mums.
Would love some mums again. We got some last year, a few here and there, and we made
Since you
them.
did such a nice job with the summer flowers, I guess we can work on mums.
I appreciate
It was
it.
beautiful.
Worked out great.
It
so
did work out great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Barbara. Appreciate it. All right, anyone else? No? Okay. Correspondence attached to the meeting minutes. Events and meetings. Story time with the library coming up Friday, September 15th from 10 to 10:30 a.m., Home of the Brave Park. Board of Zoning Appeals meeting Monday, October 2nd, 7 p.m. here at the Administration Building. The next trustees meeting, Tuesday, October 3rd, 7 p.m. here at the Administration Building. Fall for Symmes, Friday, October 6th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Symmes Park. The next Loveland Sustainability One-Stop Drop for Recycling, Saturday, October 7th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at 600 Loveland Madeira Road. Did I miss something?
Wasn't it at 10 to 12 for a while and they moved it from 1 to 4 because it got so big? I mean, it used to be early in the morning when it started.
Oh, that I don't know.
So they must have changed the time.
Okay.
And you probably want to talk about the meeting property too. Halloween.
Go ahead.
Want to meet?
Yeah. Go
All
ahead.
right, so also I wanted to add that at Mead Historical Preserve, we're starting on it next week. We're working on the haunted trail, the friendly haunted trail. So as you walk, you'll notice decorations going up, and we hopefully want to have it done the first week in October, so everybody can get out and enjoy for the month. And we'll have our Halloween story for our story walk. So please come out and enjoy the park.
Thank you, Jody. No old business, so we move into new business. well, before I make a motion, when do we want to schedule a work session? And the purpose is to discuss new administration, maintenance building, park rules and fees, cemetery fees, zoning fees, and the personnel manual for relative to benefits.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Can we add to that program for bicentennial?
Sure. Do you want to talk about, I was thinking we'd separate.
Well, we need to get on it if we're going to get any acts. Okay, is all.
Okay.
So it could be a preliminary
Okay.
and a follow-up with a special
I
one.
think that would take at least a couple hours
Well, we get,
by the time
we
figure
get,
out what we're doing.
we get the reports, like the staff report this month as to what all's planned and so on, but we really haven't talked about budget, and I think it's very important to do.
Yeah, just touch on that.
Okay.
Look at- Identify long lead items.
All right.
Okay, so also bicentennial. So, you all want to look at your calendars? When were you thinking? How soon? Like, within the next couple weeks or
Yeah, I was
within the
hoping
month?
to by the end of the month. That way we can tick off some of these items at the October meeting.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm flexible.
I think I'm free 27th, 28th, 29th. That's a Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, at the end of the month. Not on Tuesday. Not that Tuesday.
Are you going downtown on Fridays
Downtown.
to your office?
Yeah, go
You do
downtown.
typically. I don't know if you want to try and do something Friday afternoon or else Thursday night.
2:30, so I can be here by 2:45.
You're talking,
Or how about,
you're
could
talking
we,
the 15th?
no, I
Oh,
just said 27, 28, 29.
Oh, okay.
So on the 28th, do you want to do something late afternoon?
Fine.
5?
I'm pretty much open.
5 too late?
Is that Thursday?
That's Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that work?
What time did you say?
5?
Yeah, I can do
Okay.
it earlier if you want.
I probably could if we pushed it. It'd be up to you, Phil.
Yeah.
I could get in at 4:30?
4:30?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
4:30? What day? I'm sorry, I missed the date.
Thursday,
Thursday.
September 28th. Here at the administration building?
Yeah.
Okay. So I make a motion to schedule the Symmes Township work session to discuss the items we already mentioned on Thursday, September 28th, 4:30 PM here at the administration building.
Okay. May I make a comment for the public?
Do you want a second first?
Yes.
Second.
Discussion.
Sorry. For your benefit, work sessions are open to the public. They are noticed. You're available, you can come, attend, but you cannot speak. Okay?
All right. And end of discussion. Roll call, please.
Mr. Beck?
Aye.
Ms. Lees?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
I make a motion not to request a hearing for liquor license renewal for Wine Not LLC, DBA Wine Not, 12096 Montgomery Road, Suite 12090, Symmes Township, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45249.
Second.
Discussion? I saw in the staff report there were no,
Yeah, I checked with the
No
sheriff's
police
office
issues.
and there's no issues with this.
I think it's
address.
just a change in name, isn't it?
I do not know that.
Okay.
okay. Roll call?
Mr. Beck?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Ms. Lees?
Aye.
I move approval of Resolution G 2023-87, resolution approving the 2023 street lighting assessments.
Second.
Discussion.
So, just like we do every year, this is the annual assessments for all the streetlights that we have, 41 districts, so it's all included in the packet. What we do is we keep track of all the bills from last year until now, so October through September, and we add them up and then divide them out by the number of parcels that are in each individual lighting districts, and that's what we assess people. So that's
So
what that total. I
We're
think-
basically recouping what we've already paid.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
And it shows up on your tax bill.
right. So this year, I believe it was, what, 145,000? $143,828.
Could you check and just get back to me when you have a chance that Pinto is on that list?
No, Pinto's not on there unless it's got some, do you know what the name of the subdivision is?
No.
I don't think,
For
I
our,
don't think
for our
Pinto's on
benefit,
there.
where are you talking about?
Because they,
Pinto.
the
Right by here.
Pinto, right off.
Oh,
of
Pinto, I didn't hear the Pinto.
Because they think they're paying for it on their own, but I don't know why they wouldn't be part of a lighting district.
There are 2 neighborhoods that I believe that are like that, where
Could
they
they-
pay them on their own.
Could they become part of the lighting district?
They would have to petition us to become part of, like, do a lighting district. So there's a whole thing of it spelled out in the revised code, like the process and everything.
Okay. So it might be a little work up front, but it's a lot easier down the road because you don't have to worry about getting reimbursed by your neighbors.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Beck?
Aye.
Ms. Lees? Aye. Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
I move approval of Resolution G2023-88, resolution approving various other nuisance and false alarm drop assessments for 2023.
Second.
Discussion.
These are the other nuisance, assessments that we do every year for nuisances and false alarm drops that were not paid. This year, I think the total is $17,070 is what people owe us for cleanups that we've done for nuisance properties and the false alarms.
And at least nuisances get on tax bills, right?
Yes, all of these items go on
false
tax bills.
Alarm drops do too?
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
Yep.
Okay. Roll call.
Mr. Beck?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Ms. Lees?
Aye.
I move approval of Resolution G2023-89, resolution authorizing the township administrator to enter into an agreement with Completely Clean for cleaning services for the safety center not to exceed $26,400 for 2 years.
Second,
Discussion?
is this an increase?
No.
No, it actually stayed the same. So it's the
That's
same
awesome.
company that we'd like to keep because they do a pretty good job, and it's for a 2-year contract extension, but same exact price.
Okay, that's awesome.
Good. Roll call?
Mr. Beck?
Bless you. Aye.
Ms. Lees?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
I move approval of Resolution G2023-90, resolution authorizing the township administrator to sign an agreement with Choice One Engineering for engineering services for the Cross Street Stormwater Project in the amount of $10,550.
Second.
Discussion.
So we've had issues for stormwater on Cross Street at Main, down off Humphrey, for quite some time, and then it's become exacerbated by the fact that 2 new houses were built in that area, and the county did not require them to put in any type of drainage or a ditch or anything in front of the house. We've had multiple discussions with the county about this, about how they need to enforce their stormwater regulations, and I know that there's not stormwater in the area except for on Humphrey, I believe there's a pipe,
Runs down the hill.
but there's no pipes that are on Cross or Main. So that's why this problem has become an issue, because the water comes down from Indian Hill. It comes from Indian Hill, goes into Symmes, goes back into Indian Hill, then it comes back into Symmes, and then it comes down Humphrey, and then it just comes across those lots. And where before it was being absorbed in the grass, well, now that the impervious surface has been disturbed, the water is now coming onto Cross Street, and then it's crossing the street, and then it's coming across onto a property, and there's quite a bit of slope, and then it just kind of pummels this one house that's on Humphrey. So we're hoping to do some engineering work. I think really what it all is going to be, all that we will need to do is put in a catch basin, not at the very corner house with the house back on cross, put a catch basin and then run a pipe, and then connect that pipe to the existing pipe that's already on Humphrey. But we have to have engineering drawings to do that.
I know I'm preaching to the choir, but if we have a stormwater assessment that the county collects from each and every resident in Symmes Township, we ought to be able to tap that money to fix some of the problems that are not doing it.
I agree. I've mentioned
I
that
said
several
preaching
times
to
to
the
them.
choir. Okay, you're
I
the
know.
choir.
Yeah, and Warren County has a very successful program.
Yes, yes,
But Hamilton County, for some reason, they won't let us do that, so.
right.
I'm assuming we would not be paying a tie-in fee.
No.
Okay. That would need to be waived. Okay. Roll call, please.
Mr. Beck?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Ms. Lees?
Aye.
I move approval of Resolution G2023-91, resolution authorizing the Township Administrator to purchase new entry signage for the Road Department from Cleam Inc. in the amount not to exceed $22,257.40.
Second.
Discussion.
So this is the new logo. I was gonna say, shoot, I meant to bring it up. I wanted to show you guys.
Do we have a sign there now? Do we have a sign there now?
We have some.
You do?
Are we replacing a sign?
Yes, so this would
I don't
be
wanna do
to
it.
replace at least 20 signs this year. And then we'll replace the next set of signs probably the beginning of next year. But this is what the new sign's gonna look like.
But here's my question. Are the signs that we have now in disarray, or do they need to be replaced?
Well, they won't have our
Oh,
new updated logo.
These are only entrance signs you're showing.
Yes. So
We got
these would
20,
be,
20, 40 entrance signs?
we have 36,
Entrance signs?
yes. That shows you how many bits and pieces that we have. But anyway,
Okay.
this is the new signage that we're proposing to do with the black posts and the finial on top and then the brackets and then our sign, the new logo that way with the new colors. And we'll do maybe half of the signs this year and half of them next year.
Do we have
I
this,
don't-
do we have the picture of what we have there now? I can't remember what we have.
It looks like the sign out front.
Oh, it's ground mounted?
ground?
No, these are on a post, so the old signs we have are on that green.
Okay, I know where
Wood
one
posts.
is
Painted
at Snyder and Cornell.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we've got them all over.
Okay.
We have 36,
All right,
so
but
we
they're
have.
small.
They're smaller, so they're about maybe 2 foot by 2 foot, and then they're on the green post.
I don't want to spend the money.
Okay.
I don't. Call the vote.
So you're doing if 18, if there's 36, 18 this year?
20 this year, and then we'll do the rest next year.
Is this in the bicentennial budget?
We don't have a budget
We don't
yet.
No, we don't have a budget yet.
We gotta work out the budget.
This is just coming out of our existing road funds, like all the different road funds.
Can we put this off and so I can think about it?
Well, why don't we bring this up at part of the bicentennial discussion?
You want to
At the
table
work
it?
session.
That's
Can we
fine,
do that?
table it.
Yeah, I moved to table.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Mr. Beck?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Ms. Lees?
Aye. Thank you.
I move approval of Resolution G2023-92, resolution authorizing the maintenance agreement renewal for emergency reporting software through ESO for a 3-year period from 2023 to 2026.
Second.
Discussion. So there was there's an update with the
Yes, we used to
equipment.
have, they've always had reporting software. The old software company got bought out by ESO Solutions. And so this is and they've also changed the platform. So they're going to be moving from this platform to this platform, and it's gonna cost exponentially a lot more money. But it's
Do we have any
the cheapest
competition?
option that they were able to find.
This is for the fire department.
Yes.
Yes.
I kind of don't have a choice.
So I think Oh, shoot. I didn't put it in there.
When's the current maintenance agreement run out? Are we into the renewal
I
period?
think it's into the renewal, like,
Yeah, 2023.
Yeah, it says
Yeah.
2023, but we don't know when. And we also didn't have a price in there. It's in the,
so 2023 to 2024, it's $10,069.60. In 2024 to 2025, it's $10,355.10. And in 25-26, it's $11,644.35.
okay, so you're talking basically $10,000 a year for emergency reporting software for our fire department. That
Yes.
doesn't seem like it's way out of bounds.
No.
It's, I think in his resolution, or his memo, he said it's like $4,000. This is roughly $4,900 more than we are currently paying
Per year or total?
per year.
Okay, that's double. And that's the only option we have.
He said it's the cheapest option, the cheapest and best.
Like that. Cheapest and the best.
Okay.
He does say in his memo, they had his team look for alternatives, but the alternatives were no better in most cases were themselves subject to takeover due to their size of the company.
Well, there might be other things in there in the change order too, whereas one company buying another company out is familiar with the product and what's required. So, all right.
Okay. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Beck?
Aye.
Ms. Lees?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
I move approval of Resolution G 2023-93, resolution authorizing acceptance of the Seven Gables Trail widening and repaving bids and awarding the contract to J.K. Muir in the amount of $95,489.70.
Second?
Discussion.
Partial grant money.
Yep.
Right.
So this project, we originally included in our paving program at the beginning of the year in April, and we were able to get a bid of, I think, $70,200. Hamilton County did not like the fact that we combined it with our paving program, and they forced us to re-advertise the whole entire, like, actually take the paving, this trail paving out of our paving bid and put it on its own separate bid, which automatically means it's gonna cost us more because the quantity is not big enough to get a good price.
Or can't keep equipment there
Right.
while you're doing what's next to it, yes.
So I had to re-advertise it and I had to add a paragraph solely for the purpose of that it was a federally funded, grant-funded program, yada, yada. I had to advertise it again in the Cincinnati Enquirer, and I also had to, this time, advertise it in the Cincinnati Herald, which we never do, because that's not our area. So we only got one bid, and the bid went up to $95,489.70. So, anywho,
how
we
mu-
are getting $50,000 in
Okay.
grant money to cover
Okay.
it, but, so
From-
we'll owe 45.
And that's
For our
what,
share.
block grant, or is that from county?
It is from Hamilton, it's through Hamilton County, but it is a federally funded program.
Okay. All right.
So why did Hamilton County even know that we included it? Did they go over our bid?
Because they have to approve all of our
Oh,
bids and they
okay.
have to approve the wording of the notice and there's extra forms you have to fill out and, yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of extra steps, but we get the job done for less than half price.
Yes,
It'll be nice for the residents.
Yes.
yes. And this trail is definitely needs to be replaced. So
Yes.
it's the same age as the park when we opened it and it's never been redone or anything. And out of all the trails in the parks, it definitely is the highest one that on the list to be repaired.
And this one will then become ADA compliant?
Yes, it'll be widened from 6 feet to 8 feet. And then we're also gonna extend the trail from where the restrooms are out to the street, so that eventually when we do the sidewalks on Seven Gables, they'll connect.
Is that included in this bid?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Good.
And
All
we'll
right.
also have a lot more traffic
That's
because.
a lot more palatable.
Yep.
because of the
Okay.
new playset. Did we happen to get signs yet stating there's additional parking in the Safety Service Center?
No, I'll write that down.
Because they're going to try to park in Horder, and we want to try to avoid the problem. And then we probably need a flashing crosswalk from
Yeah,
the
we'll have to
Safety
put that
Center.
in. Yeah, we'll have to put that in when we do the sidewalks. That'll be a requirement, so.
Okay.
Good.
Safety?
Thank you, Kim.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of extra steps. Appreciate you doing that. Roll call, please.
Mr. Beck?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Ms. Lees?
Aye.
I move approval of Resolution G 2023-94, resolution authorizing the Township Administrator to sign an amended agreement with Choice One Engineering for engineering services for the Fields Erdel Road Sidewalk Project in the amount of $107,500.
Second.
Discussion.
Are
So-
we, go ahead.
So I think it was maybe the beginning of the year, we already signed a contract with Choice One to do the engineering for Fields Erdel. The Fields Erdel project, this is the project where it's gonna cost right around $957,000. We're gonna get $445,000 in a SORTA grant to put these sidewalks in on Mason Montgomery from Chapel Square to Fields Erdel, and then on Fields Erdel from Mason Montgomery all the way to Montgomery Road. So as part of the project, we were looking at doing sidewalks on Mason Montgomery Road in front of the I-71 Fields Erdel ramp. Well, I travel that way every day coming to work, and I had concerns about the fact that I don't think that the sidewalk should be on that side of the road. I don't believe that they should be on the actual ramp side. So what we've talked about doing is moving the sidewalks to the other side of the street. So at Fields Erdel, they would come in front of the Speedway and come down to Governor's Way. You cross Governor's Way and then cross the street on the other side of the ramp where the tire place. Mike's, is it Mike's?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Michael Tires. So right there you would cross instead of crossing across a busy intersection of Fields Erdel at Mesa Montgomery, where it's kind of crazy and it's under the control of ODOT. So we're going to move it back. We still know it's going to be under the control of ODOT just because they have a certain, limited access area that they control. But we feel it'll be a safer solution, but it was going to cost an additional $4,000 and some survey work that they have to do.
And $4,000 for the safety issues.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Minuscule.
people that ride their bike and walk that because they're heading down to work, like at Targets or Kohl's or wherever. So it is needed.
Yep.
Okay.
Good.
So this is really just an increase of something we've already approved, right? So we're only talking $4,000.
Yeah, it's $4,000 increase.
Okay.
So,
All right.
sorry, I should have thought of it sooner, but
Okay. Roll call.
Mr. Beck,
Aye.
Mr. Bryant,
Aye.
Ms. Lees,
Aye.
I move approval of Resolution G 2023-95, resolution authorizing the Township Administrator to sign a community event license agreement with Loveland Schools for use of the Home of the Brave Park and Symmes Park for their cross-country invitational race on October 19th.
Second?
Discussion.
So this is exactly what Rich was here to talk about. So
Right.
it's just for their additional cross-country invitational event that they're going to have on October 19th.
It's just one more event license. isn't it?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, they always do a nice job.
Yes. So that's a Thursday night.
Yes.
Okay.
So they will be in the park probably starting right after high school gets out at 2:30-ish, and they'll be there all until dark.
Okay.
October starts earlier.
Okay.
They won't be running through Mead.
Any other discussion?
Nope.
Roll call.
Mr. Beck,
Aye.
Ms. Lees,
Aye.
Mr. Bryant.
Aye.
I move approval of Resolution G 2023-96, resolution providing for the declaration of nuisance for the property located at 11640 Windia Hill Court, parcel 620-0060-0161, and authorizing all necessary steps for the abatement of the nuisance.
Second.
Discussion.
This is a nuisance for Windy Hill, that's, we've gone through the process. We have not had any luck with the homeowner cleaning up the rear yard, so that's why we're bringing it to you tonight.
Okay. Roll call?
Mr. Beck?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Ms. Lees?
Aye.
I move approval of Resolution G 2023-97, resolution providing for the declaration of nuisance for the property located at 9093 Union Cemetery Road, parcel 620-0190-0797, and authorizing all necessary steps for the abatement of the nuisance.
Second.
Discussion.
Same thing. This is a nuisance at 9093 Union Cemetery Road, which is right on the corner up here of Union Cemetery and Governor's Way. We have not had any luck with the owner taking care of their maintenance of their yard.
Oh, okay.
That's a residence?
No,
Or is it
it's a
commercial?
business.
Commercial.
Commercial, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll call?
Mr. Beck?
Aye.
Ms. Lees?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
I move approval of Resolution G 2023-98, resolution authorizing the Township Administrator to enter into an agreement with Pavement Technology, Inc. for the Road Department to purchase reclamate in the amount not to exceed $50,000.
Second.
Discussion. This is what we do every year?
Yes, we do this every year. So this is a sealer to put
Okay.
over top of the pavement that we just put down. So we pave it, and then we come back and we put the sealant over top of it, and it's supposed to extend the life of the pavement.
Yeah, about 5 years, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll call?
Mr. Beck?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Ms. Lees?
Aye.
I move approval of Resolution G 2023-99, resolution authorizing the Township Administrator to enter into an agreement with Environmental Designs to replace the interior stalls and paint the exterior of the restrooms at 7 Gables Park and Symmes Park in the amount $24,365.
Second.
Discussion.
This is needed.
Yes. So the restrooms, and I don't know when the last time they were painted, but they definitely need to be repainted again. And the stalls are the original stalls that were in the bathroom when it was done in 2003?
The, I think this is
Or
a
no,
little,
1990.
I think this is a little misleading, the 24,000, from the standpoint that you've got 3 different restrooms, one in one park and 2 in another one, that are about $3,400 each for doors. So half of this number is not painting. So if anybody thinks that we're spending $24,000 to paint a few bathrooms, it's more than that.
I think I have it in the, it says to replace the interior stalls and paint, so it's both.
Okay.
Yeah.
But isn't there doors going on?
Yeah, the doors are part of the stalls too. I mean,
Oh,
like
okay.
you have the partitions inside the,
Okay.
you know, when you go into
Yeah.
the restroom, you have the partitions.
Okay,
And then you
okay.
have doors on those partitions that
Okay.
swing. It would be replacing all of those parts and
Okay.
pieces.
All right.
It's the, because
I
it's
thought
the
they were
old.
external doors, the way I read it.
No, we already replaced the external doors last year and the year before that when we went to those electronic strikes.
Right.
So that now open and close at a certain time period and we don't have to physically lock the restrooms anymore. So this is to replace the old press board. So it's the plywood with that Formica
Okay.
coating on the outside of it. That's how old it is. I mean, it's like 25 years old.
And the toilets aren't being replaced.
We replaced those last year's as well. I mean, we've been intermittently replacing them as needed.
Okay.
But that's when we did the flushers where it was like the hands-free and,
All right. Thank you, Kim, for the clarification.
Any other discussion? All right, roll call, please.
Mr. Beck?
Aye.
Ms. Lees?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
I move approval of Resolution G 2023-100. Resolution authorizing the purchase of replacement grills for Symmes Park in the amount of $16,053 from GL Nas.
Second.
Discussion?
So this is to replace, let me show you. I got pictures of this too. This is to replace the
Double-sided.
I was like,
grills.
They're like, yeah. like surprised that people still use grills at parks.
Yes, ours get a lot of use.
Okay, well, that's good.
I don't know why it's not coming up.
Well, this cuts it's a safety feature by not having people have to bring grills in and transport them in and out.
For sure.
Yeah.
And you don't know what they're bringing or how
Right.
big,
Right.
so. Just shocked at the cost.
So this is,
I've never grown anything.
so these are what our grills look like. Basically, these structures have been in Symmes Park ever since the park was built. So they're 25 years old. These were handmade, like they were custom made, and then they have inserts on the inside for the grills, which were also custom made. They're made out of they're not stainless steel, so they're rusting and kind of deteriorated, so we really need to replace them. And that's why this number is so astronomically high. When I saw the number, it was like, wow, is it really 16,000? But it's because we're going to a stainless steel insert, and we're going to have 6 grills and 6 griddles, so that we might curb some of the kettle activity that was actually happening inside the shelters, and moving it to the outside of the shelter to make it, more palatable.
So is there a warranty and how long the new ones will last?
No, but these lasted 25 years, so I hope that they last another 25.
So
Hopefully more.
we're keeping the stone.
Yeah, the stone
We'll
will
just
stay in
do
place,
the
and
new
those
inserts.
inserts are bolted on the inside, so we just have to release the bolts and then take the whole insert out and then put a whole new insert inside it.
So are they custom?
Yes, they are
Yeah.
completely
Yes.
custom made. That's why that number is so
Okay.
stupid expensive.
Okay, so you're talking a little over $1,000 a piece for these things. There's 12 plus.
Yeah, a
Are
little
there
over,
some
yeah.
standalones, aren't there?
I know at Symmes Park, there's
Okay, this is only for Sims?
four.
Okay,
There's
all right, I see it.
4 at each shelter. So we have 3 shelters, so there's 12.
Okay.
For stainless steel, custom.
Yep.
It's not bad. And this would happen this fall?
Yes.
Okay. Any other discussion?
And there's probably no way we could bring them in during the winter, right? To keep them.
No.
Okay.
No.
So that we can extend the life. Okay.
Cover them?
Yeah, cover them.
I don't know how you do it.
I don't know. You'd have to have custom.
Yeah. And those things deteriorate too. So.
Yeah.
Can't you use plastic? They look bad.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
Okay, roll call.
Mr. Beck?
Aye.
Ms. Lees?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
I move approval of the following expenditures and authorization for the township administrator to sign any necessary contracts or agreements or paperwork. A, expenditures then and now, $5,219.60, D&B fleet maintenance for repairs to Tower 61. B, expenditures $7,020, Osterwich for the replacement of the HVAC unit for the park's maintenance building. And C, expenditures $8,818.49 for Buckeye Power Sales, Inc. for the repairs to the generator at Remington Fire Station.
Second.
Discussion.
So the $5,219 number is, the clutch went out on Tower 61, so we had to have that emergency repair done prior, so that's why it's a then and now. I had taken out a $5,000 purchase order, but then it ended up being more than the $5,000, which is more than my spending authority. So that's why I had to bring it to you guys tonight to approve. The Osterwich, for the replacement of the HVAC, there's something wrong with the HVAC system in the park maintenance buildings. We have to have it replaced. And then we have, there's something wrong with the generator. I don't exactly know what, but we have to make repairs to that too.
That's a backup generator, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So all important.
I just want to make a comment about the park maintenance building. I know we had a presentation regarding the solar panels for the firehouse, but I always thought it would be nice for our park maintenance buildings or our shelters to have solar panels. So
Okay.
maybe we can start looking into that. Maybe
Okay.
next year, put that on like a list, our to-do list.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Beck?
Aye.
Ms. Lees?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
No executive session this evening. I move to adjourn.
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Beck?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Ms. Lees?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Good night.
coming. Have a good night, everyone.